FCC fails to write its name in history. You're wondering what that is, or what it's talking about. Get a copy of the Daily Trust, sort that story, and appreciate the content. Okay, local militias and peace in Taraba communities. Is there a creative distance between the militias and peace in Taraba? You will find out. Nigeria's renewed quest for the right economic model. Another story in the Daily Trust this morning. Okay. Let's move on to the Daily Sun now. The Daily Sun leads with this: 2027 plot against Tinubu thickens. Okay. Plot against Tinubu thickens ahead of 2027. We're still in 2024, so 3 years away. All right. Other stories in the Daily Sun. Okwelbolo rallies support for military. At a time like this, you expect every hand to be on deck. And why not? Okwelbolo, the new governor of Edo State, is rallying support for the military. Appeal court sets aside judgment stopping release of funds to River State, which is saying River State can breathe fresh, if you see what I mean. Appeals court has ordered a release of funds to River State. How about this? Part of tax reform bills inimical to tertiary education. That's the assertion by ASU. The Academic Staff Union of Universities is saying the tax reform bills presented by Mr. President to the National Assembly is inimical to tertiary education. Truck crushes 2 female students in Kogi. At a time like this, we expect anything to happen. And so it bears repeating that you must be on guard, because anything might happen. But truck crushes 2 female students in Kogi State. Group warns against consumption of GMO products. The debate has been on for some time now. GMO products, I've been told, are products generated organically, if you understand. Many of them, we understand, have no seeds. Am I right? So, am I wrong? A group has warned against consumption of GMO products, and I think you want to take heed. Ondo Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal receives 3 petitions. Of course, recall that Ondo went to the polls in November, and until the last word comes in, you cannot be sure we are done with that exercise. Ondo Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal receives 3 petitions. All right. Bayelsa Guba candidate running mate. Others dump LP. Oh dear. The Labour Party, as a new kid on the block, you expected would have come with its bag full of new ways of doing things, new tricks and all that. But we can tell you that Bayelsa State governorship candidate, the running mate, and others have dumped the LP, which is saying the candidate himself standing alone. Okay. 2027, Only Jonathan can threaten Tinubu. Elliot Uko is saying this. What's the story about? We want to look that up in the Sun as well. INEC, responsible for sufferings of opposition parties, Guarzo, Kanu deputy governor, are saying this. Again, is he right? Is he wrong? Or are they right? Are they wrong? Okay, you find out. Get a copy of the papers we are mentioning, swat the stories in them before you make your informed reactions. Okay. Parts of tax reform bills inimical to, okay, I already touched that. All right then, from the Sun, we'll take on another paper. This day newspaper, celebrating Dirty December in Nigeria. Dirty is spelled D-E-T-T-Y. Obviously, it's a language coined for a reason. And so, get a copy of the This Day newspaper and appreciate why they're celebrating Dirty December in Nigeria. Okay, appeal court upturns judgment stopping release of federal allocations to River State. That's the story I shared in the last paper I dealt with. So this day is accentuating that story. Get this day and know what Naira fraud. Court grants Yahaya Bello 500 million Naira bail. Did you get that? Okay. So, former governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State is answering questions after all. Nigeria's power grid collapses again, 12th time this year. Don't tell me it's a month, a collapse, but come to terms with the story. Mahama wins Ghana elections. Ruling party concedes defeat. Well, Ghana is leading the way, and that's a critical challenge for Nigeria. Syrian President Assad overthrown by rebels. The story is getting old, but things are taking shape. Also, they seem in Syria. So, of course, you recall that the Assad family has been in power since 1970, when the father of Bashir took over power via a coup in 1970. Okay. You need equipment to fight terrorists, others, not mercenaries. That's coming from the chief yourself with the story. All right, Ebonyi governor announces 150,000 naira Christmas bonus for workers. That's a great one. At a time when it appeared to you that states cannot pay the 70,000 naira minimum wage, Bielsa is improving on it. 150,000 Christmas bonus for workers. That's what the Ebonyi governor is promising. All right. How about this? Tinubu, AGF, Akpabio, others sued over sack of CCT chairman Umar. Okay. Interesting read. Morally, Africa's biggest problem is lack of good governance, not poverty. So you are better able to remove poverty from it. Okay. That's from This Day. Now, we'll go to the Punch now. Um, the Punch leads with this one. PRP confirms major talks with ADC ahead of 2027 elections. PRP, if you remember, I imagine is the People's Redemption Party. ADC, African Democratic Congress, ahead of 2027 elections. Okay. My son qualified to be Edo Commissioner, Oshomole is reacting to reactions. Recall that Governor Okwebolo had named Senator Oshomole's son as commissioner, I think for health. Okay. Labour Party restates confidence in OT, false alleged lopsided appointments. So Labour Party is in the news here. The Punch gives you a lowdown on that story. Rivers APC raises panel to probe secretariat bombing. Did you see that coming? All right. 2027 presidency. Nigerians will decide. Atiku replies Akume. Okay. So recall that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar had said it would be unfair for the South to retain power beyond 2027. All right. Reps candidate dumps ADC over values. Aha. Another interesting one. PDP expels Ugochinyere over gross indiscipline. Who is Ugochinyere? You find out by getting a copy of the Punch and supporting this story. Okay. Ugochinyere, now getting clearer, is an Imo politician, Imo state politician. So, okay, APC searches for peace as crisis persists in 7 states. So all is not well, it would appear, with the ruling party APC in 7 states. Which are these states? You get a copy of the Punch and get the lowdown. Anambra 2025. Of course, know that Anambra is going to the polls again in 2025. And Moghalu vows to tackle insecurity, restore confidence. Moghalu is smarting up. He wants to contest the governorship in 2025 in Anambra State. All right. 2027. Rhodes Vival hints at governor bid, knocks Lagos spending. So what is that all about? You have the opportunity of finding out. Let's look at the Punch now. No, sorry, the Vanguard. The Vanguard is here. Afe Babalola versus Dele Faro Timi. Why Peter Obi tried to step in Zeako. Okay. The Are Afe Babalola and Dele Faro Timi squabble is hotting up. And many countrymen and women of note are stepping in. That's the lead story in the Vanguard today. Okay, Akpabio mocks PDP Fubara at Wike's birthday event. And recall that Akpabio himself was a PDP member. So he's mocking Fubara, that's the Rivers governor, at Wike's birthday event. Politics. Edo Obasaki inflated road contract. Committee APC's Tinubu induced inflation. All right, that's another story. Appeal Court vacates order stopping allocations to River State. Another story in the Vanguard. Should be appealing to you. All right. I shared this with you earlier on. Court grants Yahya Bello 500 million naira bail. Fixes February 24 for trial. And please take your time from us. 20 minutes past 7. And that's our time from here. Voice of the People Radio, 90.3 FM on the dial. And we're looking at newspaper headliners. Okay. Why Tinubu made Wike minister? This is credited to the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. Okay. More stories in the Vanguard will be this. Labour Party loses another lawmaker to APC. What about this? Emirship tussle. No going back on installation of Bichi district head. Okay. Of course, since the Game of Thrones broke out in Kanu State, comments for and against have been springing up. Somebody saying for the tussle, there's no going back on installation of Bichi district head. Okay. And this one, ECOWAS open to Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso's return. Okay. Remember the ECOWAS came into being in the Yakubu Gowon years in power. Okay. Hear this one. 2027 polls. PDP will overcome internal crisis. Body judge is saying this. Okay. We will defeat Adeleke with candidate from Osun West. Of rigging 2027 polls has started. Professor Jinodu is making this claim. Hear this. If I'm an evil, no, let me get it right. If I'm an evil person, I won't commission any project in Wike's administration. So who is saying this? What's the import? 2027 again, ABGA ready for alliance with fellow progressives. Ezo Kenwa is saying this. All right. The ABGA has declared its readiness to collaborate with other progressive political parties and forces across party lines to build a Nigeria that citizens can be proud of. Defamation. Obi visits Babalola, seeks alternative resolution to suit against Farumbi. Now you're getting the picture clearer. Okay. PDP says Ghana's opposition victory signpost end of APC's rule in 2027. Okay. That's all in the Vanguard for today. Shall we move to another paper now? The Nation newspaper. Rivers crisis. Akpabio knocks Fubara and PDP. That's the lead story there in the Nation. Other stories to pick from include power sector crisis must be resolved for national development. Shetima, that's the vice president, is saying this. I agree. The power sector crisis must be resolved even as I speak. Okay, ASUP suspends strike after reaching deal with government. ASUP has to do with polytechnics in the country. They have suspended the strike they planned after reaching deal with the government. Okay, Edu, federal government launches wheat subsidy to enhance food security. Do you understand the story? Get the Nation, swatch it, and be informed. Okay. FAAC, Federal Airports Authority, shares 1.727 trillion naira November revenue to federal government, states, and local governments. That's the federation account. Not Airports Authority. I beg your pardon. FAAC, the institution that shares revenue to governments, federal, state, local, have shared 1.727 trillion naira for November. Okay, for your information. Reps query NUPRC over 120 billion naira expenditure on personnel and overhead. What's the NUPRC? You find out. Get a copy of the paper. Pastor in row with husband of church member over paternity of 4-year-old. Sometimes you wonder if these stories are true, but this one is here. Get a copy of the Nation newspaper and get the gist. Pastor in row, that's in quarrel with husband of church member over paternity of 4-year-old. Interesting. Daily Post is here, leads with this one here. Biafra, Optimism, Indifference as Igbo leaders react to Nnamdi Kanu's imminent release. The release of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the IPOB, has been in the air for some time now. Optimism and indifference, we're told, is bothering the Igbo leaders as they react to the story. Okay. Rivers Revenue Allocation Appeal Court Verdict affirms federalism tenets. Falana. Why Abia civil servants failed promotion examination? Governor Oti is saying this. Because civil servants in Abia State had to write an examination before you get promoted. Some civil servants failed, and the governor is telling us why. Okay, Fubara. No one in their right senses should sustain quarrel with Wiki. Akwadio is saying this. Nigeria foreign direct investments increase. Increase is imminent in 2025. That's according to a report. Okay. More stories in the Daily Post. Chief of Defense Staff, General Musa, deploys Operations Brigade to end new terror group, Lakura Was. Hope you got that. Bauchi's Secretary to State Government resigns. You are wondering why. Stop wondering. Get a copy of the Daily Post. Know why. Okay. Tinubu appoints Wakuchi Ndidi, Acting Comptroller General of Prisons. All right. LP asks court to declare defectors' seat vacant. That had been a debatable issue over time. So, what does the law say about defectors? Okay. 2027, PRP ADC initiate major talks. All right. Alleged defamation. Igodalo threatens to sue Edo APC chairman. Another defamation case is brewing up somewhere in Edo. This story might be of interest. You'll never win title. Karaga advises Man United to sell the 27-year-old star. That's interesting. Okay. New England manager Tuchel speaks on removing Hurricane as captain. Hurricane has been wearing the captain's armband for some time now. The new England coach is saying time to move on, if you get that. Okay. I imagine I'm done with the stories. Just gone 7:30. Let me open the telephone line just so you react to the stories. 0700 903 903 903. How do you react to the stories we shared? Time for you to be a part of it. Let me hand over the microphone to you. So you have 60 seconds to react to any story of your choice. 0700 903 903 903. The first listener is here. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Good morning. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can. Your name, where you calling from?
All right. My name is Peter Omonse, calling you from Shomolu.
Go on.
Please, I want the Chief of Defense Staff to just tell us something else. He should not tell us that we need equipment to fight insurgency, not mercenary. I want to disagree with him. Based on all the allegations that many people have been making, we have been told that some of the military personnel, they steal weapons and sell to the terrorists. Has he not had that too? And again, we are also told that the military have compromised. So we don't need equipment. We need dedication and we need political willpower to fight insurgency, not weapons. And for Pebolo, that is drumming support for the military. On what? 2 weeks ago, Amnesty International told us that 10,000 Nigerians die in army detention. Do we need support for them for more to die? And then two of Okwama chiefs have also died in military detention. So what do we need support for them for? To kill more? And for Tinubu, what I want him to do for Nigerians for 2027 is to withdraw from the race.
All right.
Tinubu should not go again for 2027.
60 seconds are up. Thank you.
Calamity.
Thank you. All right. Take your turn. The line is open. 0700 903 903 903. I've shared the stories in the papers. Which one caught your fancy, or which ones would you want to deliberate on? Take your 60 seconds. Share your perspectives. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. The line is free now, so let's get talking. Which paper, which story, in which paper do you think you want to react to? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir, I greet you.
Yeah, this is
I missed that.
I
Go on. No. Sorry, your line is muffled. I can't get that. Maybe I don't know what.
No.
Your line is muffled. The listener listening to you cannot get what you're saying. Thank you. 0700 903 903 903. Hello. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Sunday.
Okay.
I'm talking about ability. So instead, your two people are stupid. They will vote for it. They should follow ability. The way he's doing a show is very good. Please, that's my comment.
Okay. All right. Let me take another listener. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. I'm calling back.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Tinubu should resign before 2027. He shouldn't contest again. And
resign before or resign 2027?
Resign before the election. just like
I've
the
just got
American
I've
president.
just gotten your story before the election. Yeah, go on.
All right. So for Telefaro to me and After Babalala, what I want Nigerians to focus on is if anywhere they will trying to play injustice against Telefaro to me, because it's very clear that the judicial system in Nigeria today is no more in existence. That one is everybody is aware. But we are only just waiting for one person, somebody that will review what is going on there, and that's exactly what the Telefaro to me is doing. So it's an opportunity for Nigeria to support this man and make sure that we reform our judicial
Thank you.
system.
60 seconds up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Take your turn too. 0700 903 903 903. Which story are you reacting to? Hello, I greet you. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
I greet you.
There are so many to pick from your paper, yes, sir. But let me quickly take one. I've had been mocking Ibarra. Yes, why would you mock him? PDP gave him ticket. He became governor 2 times. And then again, he moved ahead to become Senate president without contesting an election. What a Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Take your turn now. The show is yours. Yeah, I have a call here. So let's take it. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Citizen Jones.
I greet you, sir.
This is Mr. Tony from Kaduna.
Let's go, sir.
I want to talk about INEC. When INEC was talking about the successful election in Ghana, there is something I want us to get clear. As far as the Supreme Court judgment that came out after the 2023 election happened, there is a clause in that judgment which says INEC has the right to declare election whichever way they want. So it's just like when you're solving mathematics, you see 4 times 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 200 times 500 divided by 0 divided by 2 and everything. By the time you see multiply by 0, there is no need suffering yourself. The answer is going to be equal to 0. So both the IREV, the whatever, the electronic divide that EU and every country contributed money and supported Nigeria election with.
All right.
At the end of the day, the Supreme Court now said you have only...
Sorry, sir. 60 seconds are up. Okay.
Declare results.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, good morning. All right, the line is still open. 0700 903 903 903. Which story or stories are you reacting to? Let's hear you. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Mr. Enders.
Yeah, do me a little favor. Remove your radio from it. It will not make the conversation smooth. Thank you.
Thank you. My own reaction is I'm begging Nigerian government to get us to this man and this is our own suggestion. Because what is happening to Nigeria now, I don't know, I don't understand. That's the only man can save us for this mess that we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So call in 0700 903 903 903. Take your 60 seconds. React to the stories we shared. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen Jones.
Yes, sir.
Once more, yes, I called before. I didn't call my name. My name is Lambert Okala. Then again, I want to react to the paper saying Nigeria is more of a ethnocentric than patriotism.
But
yes, in the first place, Nigeria was posted on us and everybody. We never came together to become a country. That's why everybody is playing tribalism, ethnicity, and whatever. We never for once came together to say we want to be Nigerians. The British posted on us. And since then, it has been every president that comes tends to play from where he comes from. So it is no surprise doing that. I'm not surprised at that. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you too. Under 60 seconds. All right. The line is free now. Let's get you to react to the stories we shared. Hello. Good morning to you. Can you hear me? Good morning. Hello. Good morning to you. Well, you won't talk. The line is free now. Let's go there. Take your 60 seconds, react to the story or stories we shared. This is the Voice of the People Radio, 90.3 FM on the dial. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
I greet you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Stephen Joe.
Welcome. Let's go.
I'm saying that President Tinubu has been a president in Nigeria. He can go anytime from now. He has been one of the presidents of the Nigeria. We don't see what he's doing for us, upon the whole promises he did to us.
Are you done? Is that all?
Yes, I'm done.
But I shared more stories with you. Thank you. Okay, you take advantage of the opportunity. Take advantage. What story or stories are you reacting to? You have 60 seconds to do so in. Yeah, this is the Voice of the People Radio, 90.3 FM on the dial, and newspaper headliners reaching you from here. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, citizen.
Yeah, help us remove that noise.
No, I'm on the road. I'm doing a road walk.
Okay, all right. So let's go.
Let's
go.
Look at Akpabio mocking Kubara. It's not for corrupt Nigeria and the judiciary. Somebody that did not participate in a primary, entire sitting Senate president, and is making noise. Can you imagine nonsense? Somebody that did not participate in primary, Supreme Court or whichever court declare him the winner of the election, and he's now mocking Kubara. PDP gave the ticket for 2-time governor and senator. They have defended the APC, the ruling party, and it's making noise. Shame to all of them.
Are you done? Okay. The better if you keep it short, straight to the point. Yeah. We have another listener. Good morning to you. Are we in business? Are we in business? No, I cannot get that. Can't fix that. 0700 903 903 903. What do you yourself say about the story or stories we shared? Good morning to you.
Hello, Sir Jones. Good morning.
I greet you.
Sir Jones, you know what I want President to do this
Put your radio out of it. I'm having the whole back, please. I'm hearing me over your radio, please.
Sir Jones, I don't put them off.
Put them off. Let's go.
Sir Jones, what I want President to do this festive season is to bring the price of fuel down to 500 naira. That's what I want President of Nigeria to do, because Nigerians are suffering greatly. So that is my story this morning. Good morning.
The only one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is newspaper headliners from the VOP, 90.3 FM. And take your time from us, 7:45 to 8 o'clock, 7:45 to 8. Another listener is here. Good morning to you. Is it possible to keep up with this one? No, I'm sorry. This is deafening, you know. I think you want to change positions. All right, 0700 903 903 903. Can I manage this? Hello, good morning to you. No, sir. No, we can't. We can't take it. Let the conversation be as clear as crystal, just so the other man, woman, hears us. I think there's a little something wrong with the line here. Hello, good morning to you. Yeah, good morning. Well, you are not quite ready for us. When you activate the line and when you call us and I activate, please go on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Can we manage this? Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan calling you from the Senator.
Okay, Ifan, go on.
Ethan calling you from.
Oh, you can go on.
Yes, I want to ask Nigerians, since Akpabio is mocking PDP, mocking Kubara, if by tomorrow now PDP now won the election in 2027, what will happen to all these people that are mocking?
Well,
The
election has not come, so I don't know. I think you are begging the question.
Okay. Another point I want to say is that if the Igbo as a whole want Nnamdi to be released, they should come together and talk to Tinubu to release it. They will release this man. We can't continue hearing they will release, and at the end of it, nothing is there. When the people were in the north were in protest because of the hunger strike, they come together and give Tinubu 48 hours. And before you know, he released all those people. What happened to this one?
Thank you. 60 seconds out. Thank you. All right, take advantage. We still have some minutes to spare. Which stories caught your fancy? How would you want to react to it or to them? Let's go there. 0700 903 903 903. Another listener here. Good morning to you. Yes, I greet you. Go on. Okay.
We want to talk about the INET. If Nigerians want the INET system, our voting system to be okay, I feel them. If they need that appointment, let that INET process to not be that appointment again. Make it be by voting. Like as you get our appointment, let the whole Nigeria vote INET chairman in, so that they cannot even support anybody based on the appointment. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Okay, for keeping it short, so we can accommodate more calls. 0700 903 903 903. How do you react to the stories we shared in the papers? Take advantage. You have 60 seconds to do so in. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Citizen Jones.
I greet you, sir.
Well done. This is Mayor from First Time.
All right, Mayor.
Let me comment on what Akpabio said. Akpabio should be ashamed of himself. For now, he is the most lowly and worst senior president in Nigeria's history by posing as a rubber stamp. And he's making mouth. But the same PDP that he took 9 votes from Lagos here to go to Akwa Ibom to go and become a commissioner. He was begging under Big Taka. The same PDP that made him, he was nobody. He took 9 votes. He's on record. So because he had no money to
Maybe you traveled with him. Go on.
Talking of flight, that he's not making mouth. He's the worst, and he did not contest for this image. Just only Nigeria, anything happens. And he should tell his principal that he should never think of coming back to contest for president because they are the worst performed in this democracy. He should keep quiet and enjoy the money he has acquired illegitimately. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day. And let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Enough of this promise. The guy did not do anything. They should leave that young man to go. Nigeria's problems are too enormous and nothing Nnamdi Kanu.
Thank you. 60 seconds, yeah. All right. We have room for 1-2 calls. 0700 903 903 903. Are you reacting to any story? Take your 60 seconds. Let's go there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I greet you. Go on.
I listen to what you're saying. So, looking at what the people here is that one of the attackers. Yeah, this is a big shame. I'm saying this kind of thing, that thing is saying. It's just that we are in a safe country. So, it's very free. Then, the issue of what they call it, this INEC of a thing. I don't know, this INEC chairman of INEC of a thing. I think it's a very big shame too. It's not making sense. I'm of the opinion that the INEC chairman too should also be changed. You understand? To change this INEC chairman of the thing. Then now the kind of things should also be released too. You understand? Because if you look at the story we have been talking, we have in the south. The issue of insecurity in the southeast.
All right. Thank you. 60 seconds. Thank you. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. No. 60 seconds. Everybody takes 60. Room for one last call. Not the least call, anyway. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. Citizen, good morning.
I greet you, sir.
I greet you. My name is Udeme. I'm calling from Maryland.
Go on.
It's only that APC doesn't have shame. If they have shame, some things that saying and are doing, they should not be doing it. That's number one. For Akpabio, let him mock Fubara. There's no problem. God will block him too. If he knows how to get to that place, he will not be making all those tries. But let him wait for the word of God. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, that will do it for reactions to the stories we shared. We do this every Saturday, and I want to thank you. Okay, let me squeeze another one. Hello, good morning, quickly.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Joe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Mazaka from Okota.
All right.
Yeah, I want to talk about the error that says the Nnamdi Kanu is released. You see, that headline is becoming the headline of the year. And in high time, they tell us where they get their information from. You know, we all know that the court have declared Nnamdi Kanu innocent. So now, the only person that we know that is holding Nnamdi Kanu is the president. Let them tell us when the president told them that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. That's what we want to hear. Not Nnamdi Kanu will be released. It's becoming of becoming. That's my contribution this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the last of the installments, the reactions. There's another Saturday. We'll get to grips with it. Thank you for your loyalty. Once again, I wish you a Merry Christmas ahead. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. The next program is 5 minutes away. Please stick around.
24 hours a day, 52 weeks around the calendar. We give you in-depth analysis and keep you up to date. From current news to critical mind-blowing conversation.
Many Nigerians in some of the states already hit by the cash crunch express frustration in accessing cash.
They need to tell us what team go see benefit then.
We are the voice of the nation. We We are Voice of the People, 90.3 FM Lagos. Feel the impulse of our diverse perspectives. This is the radio station that gives you a voice. VOP 90.3 FM, now you have a voice. A radio station is supposed to inform.
Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique, that is women, black women.
Educate.
So what you need to do now is go to www.
And also entertain you.
Check your systems are offline. Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice.
It's about that time for this conversation.
We want to know what the public has to say.
Your voice.
Fuel subsidies removed.
My voice. Our voices must be heard.
Problem here, as far as I'm concerned, it's not helping the society because the way things are going now, everything has gone up.
For current news and daily updates, trends and vibes, vital information and more. Tune in daily to the best radio station. VOP, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos. Now you have a voice. Speak up.
In Lagos, talented young debaters' voices echo loud and bright. So can you debate like a pro? And step to the stage, take your stand and state your argument. This is your golden chance to start up.
A radio station is supposed to inform.
Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique, that is women, black women.
Educate.
So what you need to do now is go to www.
And also entertain you.
Check your systems are offline. Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice. A radio station is supposed to inform.
Recently, that people are getting to know about themselves, about their physique, that is women, black women.
Educate.
So what you need to do now is go to www.
And also entertain you.
Check your systems are offline. Number one for today's hits and all-time favorites.
This is Voice of the People. But wait a minute. When it's time to speak your mind, where do you go? Don't go too far. Here at Voice of the People Radio, VOP 90.3 FM, we give you a voice.
So, I mean,
I'm seeing the picture. I hope Akin is seeing the picture.
Yeah.
Too.
But we have a way in Nigeria of pontificating. The fault is never with us, the people. It is with the government in quotes.
The system.
Yes, the government, we believe the government is a different entity from us, forgetting that we are the one populating what we call the government, the civil service, government parastatals. And we as Nigerians, we interact with this government agency or government on a daily basis, and we know how our people that are there, they treat us. So until, and I'll keep saying it, until we know and accept that whatever changes we want in Nigeria starts with us, we would keep using other countries where the people like their country.
Yeah.
Because you would hardly see, Ghana has economic challenges, but you will hardly see Ghanaians travel out of Ghana and say, the evil Ghana has done to them is enough. Bye-bye, good riddance. Forgetting that, see, at the end of the day, for most people, you will still need Nigeria again, whether you like it or not. So, it is not the system per se. It is the people running the system that makes the difference.
I can, just before you you're coming. Ghana, like Nigeria, went through a military interregnum. You remember J.J. Rawlings and so on. But let me introduce Rwanda into the mix. Like Nigeria, Rwanda committed suicide, if you ask me, in April 1994, when a broadcaster on one of the stations stupidly said, "Kill all the mosquitoes." Gentlemen, you remember Rwandans went on a killing binge. Close to 1 million Tutsis were murdered in cold blood. But today, Rwanda is a go-to country. They have picked up the pieces of their lives and they are forging ahead. But here we are. This is the Fourth Republic. We're spending 25 years in it, and we are still said to be in the learning process, Aki.
Yeah. Could I start my intervention by being a sportsman?
Okay, why not?
Congratulations to Ghana. They conducted an election. They had their challenges, like my dear brother has said. They also had their history. Citizen Jones.
Check out history too.
I know your prologues are not just thought-provoking, but have captured all. And I'm happy that you have wrapped it around Rwanda. Ghana will never, de facto, point to Nigeria as failed. I believe so. Yes, on street parlance, and then when you go on social media, we can begin be tossed. We are better than you. You haven't done well, and all that. But Ghana will and can and should never point an accusing finger at Nigeria. And like my brother is saying, it is our people that are really not doing the right things. Failed like we had failures in Rwanda. And by the way, that started in 1992, 1994 was the height of it, when Leon Mogesela, the average kind of politician, actually went on the podium and called the other tribe cockroaches. That we must exterminate the cockroaches. And then went on to mosquitoes and what have you. We knew
kill all the cockroaches.
Exactly what the the outcome was. So Ghana,
of course, sorry, let me embellish that a little. You remember that President Habyarimana became the first Hutu president to be elected by the people. He died in an air crash, and so the Hutus said it was the Tutsis that caused it.
So Leon Mogesera
sounds typically Nigerian.
Very typical. Leon Mogesera is about the example of a typical Nigerian politician of different tribes, of different tongues, have not been patriotic, and have ensured that despite all those patriotism, they were not prepared to look back. The United States of America is potpourri of different cultures, of different people, have amalgamated themselves and have decided that they were going to obey some rules and constitution. Part of those rules and constitution ensured that if it was me and to be my handsome and very personable professional colleague on this program, that I'm older than him, it's not an issue. That is taller than me, becomes not an issue.
You have not gone
but
to
the
court.
point is, if he is better, the way I'm going to look at it is that, look, go in for it. Let me support you. Because beyond
that's the spirit.
That should be the spirit. Because if he has the competency, okay, well, it can't be perfect, okay? So we can show it up. And he's not only going to do good for me, and for my kindred. I like to say, therefore, after congratulating Ghana, it's the first good example I need to show myself and show my people. And I've just demonstrated it with what I spoke about to me here. Yeah. Of course, you know what is happening in our culture. To me, we say, no, you go first. Yeah. I go first. I support you for 4 years, for 8 years. I see the pitfalls. I see what you have done right. And it's going to be my turn in the next 4 years if I live up to. And if I don't live up to, I have proteges. I have people that will say of me that we have been able to learn. And I expect that to me, when I be a sit tight, you will also support me. And that is how development goes. The gentleman that won the elections in Ghana must historically be put in perspective. He lost. He lost on account
of twice
of grave allegation of corruption. There was a $16 million US, and there was a $9 million
chicken change.
And at the end of the day, the Ghanaians booted him out for Akufo-Addo. He waited his turn. Maybe it happened, I am not aware, that he went underground and started undermining his nation because he still felt that it's going to be the Ghana first. That's not what we find here. Our elections, our politics is do or die. And you know where that started from.
No, do and die.
Do and die.
It's not all anymore.
But the problem is they don't die. Such people don't die. We still see them being mutated. And then, so that is number one. Then number two, for me, Nigeria and Ghana. Let's leave the sports. Let's leave the competition. Let's leave the music. We will always continually be.
Akin, let me excite you a little. The idea is not to incite you to me. Do you remember Nigeria, Ghana Must Go?
Yes, I remember Ghana Must Go.
Now then it started with Ghana in 1969, if you remember, in the thick of a war.
And we imbibed it, they have left it, it's still very much with us.
It's still very much with us.
The gentleman, from what I'm also hearing, and this is without prejudice to the fact that it's not all of us, but at least vast majority of us on Twitter.
On X.
When we see good things and we see that it has a semblance to us, maybe either it's because it's black or it bears our name, we want to grab it and want to run with it. John Mahama, the money was waned in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Like Kemi Badenoch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bobolade, who is
Kemi is the woman, the politician in England.
Mm-hmm. And like so many others all over the globe, including our sportsmen, who were deprived here in Nigeria but got in there, got a better condition, and they started excelling. Then we will not. That's when we not be saying.
In fact, I cannot forget quickly the basketballer. What's his name? Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem the Dream.
St. John's, because I know you are an avid footballer, and I'm not sure people know when they read your memoirs, they will get to know that you are also an avid, not just a sports commentator beyond, you are actually an active footballer. You will remember that when our media are going to be talking about successful people out there in soccer, you hear Yobo's Everton. So Yobo now suddenly we still
typifies Everton.
We want to grab, and if the money,
let me again embellish the thing. To me, you know that as we speak, 4 Nigerians are active in Biden's government.
Yes.
One of them, a Yoruba boy, is the Deputy Secretary for Finance.
That's Junior Minister for Finance.
Yes.
And some have contested elections. I just mentioned Mobalade, and there are people of
and one is planning to contest election as a governor
and
in
so
California.
So what is it about us?
So
now,
when they come home, they are messed up.
So now taking the money back home, what I begin to hear is that yes, his stepmom went him in offer, and he has a chieftaincy title in offer
of Akwara State,
and so is of the Yoruba speaking. Okay, maybe it's Ghanaian speaking, but the guy got up, and this is the point that we should raise. I said, look, I cannot deny my Nigerian youth. My Nigerian youth came because of the coup that we had in Ghana.
And by the way, you know, Nigeria school was January 15. Ghana school was February 23rd.
No.
Barely 1 month after.
And my dad ran to offer, got the very best of the very best, and there it is. In other words, people have seen those, I'm not even talking of potential, the capacity that Nigeria can give, take it, run away with it, and doing better where they are at. When are we going to learn how, for instance, Citizen Jones, that yes, we are different tribes and different tongues, we will have resolved the indigenship and citizenship question.
Settlership.
And an Igbo man can be a governor in Lagos State, and an Hausa man can be a governor. It happened before, okay? In the East. When are we going to blur all these lines and be looking for competency and capacity? Now, I started by saying the man that has just been re-elected had issues on corruption. I am not aware that Ghana has forgotten, nor do I say that we have better historians in Nigeria than Ghana. Some of the best historians, Abu Duahin is an example that I know. Also in Ghana, they have not forgotten. But they know when to draw the line, when politics should stop,
when to apply the brakes,
and governance should start. We don't do that here. Now, the final point is this, and this is the point I'm sure I'm not going to come in spending like Rose. The election sir in Nigeria, Professor Yakubu, came out and made some statements that the Ghanaians borrowed from us. It's not just that. We borrow from them. We borrowed music, high life, and all that. Just go and talk, and we are intermarried. So borrowing is not an issue. But Ghana, according to what I read, if INEC in Nigeria has not done well, in quotes, and I can't say they have done 100% well, it's not possible. However, the INEC in Nigeria put down a process that others could come and borrow from, and so we should look inward and try and see how we need to improve. But Yakubu made a point, and I'm not seeing that point being accentuated either in the media, in Twitter, elsewhere, that you don't have the kind of cross-carpeting ideologically as we have in Nigeria. In Nigeria is a place where Citizen Jones is holding his sway in media. And anywhere Citizen Jones goes to, because of his clout, okay, because of his brand, he's going to sway quite a number of other people, even if he does it overnight, even if it's not ideological. A big man comes in Nigeria, has always been with a particular party, and decides that he holds the reign of power, and under 1 week, he decides to change, and all the votes, according to, goes to,
all right, okay.
And that is LISEC and not INEC. You see, we end up always wanting to point fingers, and I will not talk about judiciary. When we have not done all the things that we need to do, we throw it into the gutter of the judicial, and then only for us to now then be telling them that no, you have not done it. Because it has long come to our favor.
In a 21st century Nigeria, we are talking of a judicialization of our electoral process. To me, the Yorubas have a popular saying, and I dare say it's common. They say, when small pikin fall down, they look front. When old man or old woman fall down, they look back. Nigerians don't fall down many times. They say the rule is fall down 7 times, wake up 8 times. Nigerians no agree learn.
Well, you see, it's pathetic because the elites are very important in forming opinions, policy directions.
Yeah.
They necessarily do not have to be on the seat of government, but because they are closer to the people there, and they have the financial muscles to do a whole lot of business activities, they get the ears of the people in government. Like, let's do this, let's do this. But unfortunately, in the 90s, up to before the go-good man, I think it was Maradona that was before him, there was a systematic destruction of the elites in Nigeria. And then they were replaced with... that was where the ideology of I can move from A to B started, because it was just total destruction of the antecedents and the pedigree of people that were, people went overseas, they went to read, they went to do this, they came back, worked in the civil service, worked in the business environment, and we could see their inputs. But that 8-year period was really devastating to Nigeria. And the graduates of those periods are now our political elite. They do not have any culture or any ideology. It is who pays the piper that dictates it too.
Yeah. I grant that to me. But you remember that Second Republic, a little over 40 years ago, it was not like this. For instance, you never knew the party chairman. Me, I know if you forget. I know you cannot forget. Many listeners will not forget. AMA Akinloye, Adisa
MPN,
NPN.
Adisa Meredith.
Yeah, AMA. Yeah, Akinloye. He was the party. The party was him, not the president. Now a governor is more powerful than a national party.
That's what I'm saying. There is no shame anymore. So anybody
recall also, sorry, that in the Second Republic, the first governor in our checkered history to be impeached was Alhaji Balarabe Musa. And very, very, very easy. He was the lone PRP man in government. The rest were... No. He was the lone PRP man. The
House of Assembly were...
the assemblymen were NPN. So...
He got impeached.
He got impeached.
Not only did he get impeached, and what came after it. I know that Balarabe Musa now found his bearing and became a voice of reason and reckon. But the deed was done.
Okay.
The thing was broken. And the Meredith Adisa Akinloye, that you just mentioned, Meredith Adisa Akinloye that you mentioned, also came when they said, we are going to be washing our fingers with champagne, and nothing came out of it. When bad behavior
is not punished,
continues,
yeah,
like Machiavelli, it becomes a norm and becomes what.
Aren't you surprised that somewhere along the line between Second Republic there was a failed Third Republic, and now our politicians have become Machiavellian, win by any means, by hook or crook. Who talked about do and die? It is
Obasanjo. Yes, I know. and Baba has not said that. He didn't say so. He might be regretting it now. Now, Sissy Jones, please, when you put new wine
in old wine skin,
you may think you progressed. or you put.
But there are Nigerians who will tell you to me that wine way sour small, nine good.
Okay, so
yes,
so that one way good. So that one where you say sour small, and you put it in old wine skin, it spills. You cannot go against the law of nature, and we must come to brass tacks. Get out of my mind. Yes, it is true that you may tell me, and I'm telling myself, that what are we talking about? Ghana is just the land size of a medium state in Nigeria.
Hardly 40 million people.
But I also tell myself that off-cycle elections in states in Nigeria still goes the other way around. People are really never, ever satisfied. It therefore tells me.
So where's the problem?
The problem, therefore, is the fact that we are putting new wines in old wineskin, or putting new wine in old wineskin. That wineskin, whether it is old or broken, is the structure of Nigeria. The structure of Nigeria has not engendered a situation where we can all be patriotic. I am afraid, and that's the truth, it can change tomorrow. It didn't change yesterday. It's not changed today. If it changes tomorrow, I am trying to make a point here that elections in Nigeria is won and lost.
Won and lost.
Is won and lost?
No, you said elections.
Yes.
Are won and
lost. Okay, federal elections in Nigeria are won, lost on account of the structure we have. If the North is not going to be backing a particular candidate, no matter how, you won't get there. And that is the truth. Now, for you to have
our politics is more or less north-south.
For you, therefore, to have the emotional intelligence to understand that that is exactly how it is, and you have to find a way to go for it, you will never always get there. 2023 on my mind. We're just talking about Ghana. The reason why, by my own reckoning, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president of Nigeria today is because of some kind of divide and rule that happened with the opposition. The opposition decided to divide their votes. The opposition decided that we are going to go against, our, call it convention, and people can go to places. The opposition decided that, and they saw the handwriting on the wall, and they said, to hell. Whether you start it as a movement, whether, no matter how you ask, one man just stood in the wings and saw this division, saw this greed, saw this lack of consensus, and grabbed. And then everybody's now saying, or we are all saying, and we should be all saying, that it is the fault of the electoral system, it's the fault of the judiciary, it's the fault here and there. If 2027 comes tomorrow morning, Season June, I am afraid.
All right.
It is still going to be the same thing unless people come to terms
before you get
with those realities.
Before you get more afraid, let me announce that the time is 29 minutes to 9 from the Voice of the People Radio, 90.3 FM on the dial. And we're looking at sustainable democracy in Ghana, a critical challenge for Nigeria. To me, I better come in here. We are a long way from home. When you hear people in a 21st century world still saying to you and I that we are in a learning process, bother you say at 64 years old. So you look at a 64-year-old man, he's still day one class.
What are you learning?
Yes.
You are not on learning, you are retrogressing. You can learn forward, you can also learn backwards. In my own opinion, my verdict is that we have learned to do things backwards.
We are learning, actually. The question is, what are we learning? Because as long as we are alive, we will keep learning. We will keep learning and unlearning. But one thing we've not learned in Nigeria, and that we have not accepted, is that we, Nigerians, are the problem of Nigeria. And until we accept that, we would not learn the right way to make Nigeria greater and better.
Yeah.
Now, a friend of mine...
So when you hear people say, pray for Nigeria.
You know, I've said it here before.
Pray for Nigeria.
That we do not take responsibilities for our individual actions.
God cannot be mocked.
So we would look for the next available easy target. Government. God. It is them, not us. So things are not easy, government. Our pastors are not praying enough. They are not talking truth to power. We would not do the right things, and we expect the right things to happen.
Let me drop this. There's an anti-corruption crusader in Ghana, Anas. This same John Mahama, when he was president, he gave a lead to him then. Anas gave it. Mr. President, if you go to Tema Harbor, you find customs men. Then they put a hand for palm oil. He got there and caught them in the act. And he acted. In Nigeria, we don't. Because in Nigeria, if they point at a particular person, this fellow, Naim Kosam, you will hear a statement like, now only him.
That's it. Now,
leave our own thief for us. Go and catch our own thief.
If you look at Nigeria banned importation of rice in quotes. So if you look at the statistics of importation of rice in West Africa, Nigeria is way down there. So on the face of it, the ban is working. If you now move to
this is not to say that Nigerian type rice is not over 30 types in Nigeria.
Yes.
We are not taking advantage.
If you now move to Benin Republic,
and just a minute, if you go to a party now and you are served the Onyibo rice, the moment Ofada rice comes in,
everybody will be
it go be like say a new thing don't come.
Yes,
I tell you. So Ofada rice versus basmati rice that will cost an arm and a leg. How is much more nutrition? What is made in Aba is so much quality that the person in Aba knows the fact that he has to go and put.
Part of our problem is we do not like what we produce. We have a complex.
We are
believing that imported things are better than our own. So let me finish with the rice stuff that I'm saying. If you go to Benin Republic, if you see their statistics, what is the population of Benin? Benin is importing rice, as in the report of imported rice in Benin, that they will not finish in 10 years. The importation of 1 year in Benin, Benin people cannot finish it. Benin people cannot finish it.
So it finds its way to Nigeria.
That is it. But, as long as the official statistics says that Nigeria is not importing rice, we are okay. So we play ostrich and put our head in the sand.
We lie to ourselves.
A friend of mine that moved to Scotland was telling me that he's still finding it hard to adjust to crossing using the zebra crossing. Because in Nigeria, they will tell you, Tom advert. So if you go past zebra crossing, and that happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I was on this Maryland road going to Underbridge. Then there's this just before Adadonibongo. There is a zebra crossing there, and I stopped because I saw people already halfway, so I stopped to let them pass. But the people on the fast lane just kept going, and I was like, and then the person behind me was on it. This is the zebra crossing. Allow these people to cross.
Because they don't see any zebra. They saw Nigeria.
That is the typical Nigerian. We do not know how to do the right things. Roundabout. There's a roundabout at census. People coming from Bode Thomas. Instead of just going round that roundabout to go their normal way, we just shunt it. And the cars are coming. And these are educated people. So tomorrow, the election does not go the way they want. They will blame the umpire.
Yeah.
They have not even learned to do the right thing in their own small space.
All right. A while back, Akin mentioned Abba briefly. Let me go there. Yes, a shoe made at Abba. You have the notice made in Italy. You know, that is shooting yourself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, a Nigerian president sacked an energy minister. But today, that same energy minister
That's a
is
power plant.
holding sway in Abia.
Mm-hmm.
So the default is not in the system, but in us.
In us.
Okay. I hope, dear listener, I have pumped you full already. If you feel like reacting, let's go there. Sustainable democracy in Ghana, a critical challenge for Nigeria. 0700 903 903 903. Please, when you get through, just stick with the point. Stick with the
Subject matter.
The subject matter. Don't take us anywhere. Thank you. All right. So while I'm waiting for the first call.
So the orientation is faulty. The structure, okay. I know you always talk about is it a constitutional problem or
attitudinal.
Attitudinal. I think one leads to the other because the attitude, the negative attitude, some of the things to me that you have mentioned, they're supposed to be common sense. The only thing that you have not also said is that they can bash your car there and then they can they can tell you how foolish you are.
Yes.
And then you begin to wonder how. So we don't punish errant behavior. Those people will
We
not
don't punish bad behavior.
They will not do that in Benin Republic.
No.
I don't want to go to the UK and elsewhere. But because they know they are not going to be punished.
My colleague went to Ghana in the year 2000 when we co-hosted the AFCON. And he said after they went partying, they were returning to the hotel late. And so the taxi driver got to the traffic light, which showed red. And the Nigerian in him, pushed him to tell the driver, "Oga, move now." He said the Ghanaian taxi driver politely told him, "Sir, they will catch us." And he refused to go.
They will. I thought you said catch up.
They will catch us.
Catch up.
So
yes.
Ghana obeys traffic light. We don't.
He doesn't need anybody to tell him to obey the traffic light. It is in Nigeria that ought to be telling you that the government has not told them, has not showed them how to behave properly.
So unless the president
comes to the road
or the governor or the senator,
attempts were made to try and introduce technology such that if you break the rules, it will catch you. Same Nigerian, the attitude goes behind
and spoil the camera.
Not only just spoil the camera and take it off. Now we have rail lines going on. Nigerians have gone to the rail lines that have been created.
Started removing the paint.
Go to what is happening there. I think, in my honest opinion, and then see one thing that I see the state, government does. When they are going to be giving awards, they are going to be giving awards to people who have recycled and not necessarily the one who has no shoes, like Jonathan will have tried to describe himself. The one at Morocco who is making the whole lot of difference. That gentleman in Jos, who is from the north, opened his heaven, asked Christians to come in there and hide to be able to save them from perdition. You will not get such people being given awards.
Yeah.
Who do you give awards to? The wheelers and dealers and the people
and carpetbaggers.
And then we go to church. Some of the best churches and the best mosques and the best, shrines are in Nigeria. Calling the name of God as if God is one that can be mocked.
Yeah.
When we want to do our elections, we now go out and put posters of pastors and say, if you don't do this, you are going to die. These people don't die. And I dare say we are a nation of, there are good people in Nigeria, no doubt about that. And because of that one good person, I will see they say that we certainly have a Noah that can help us salvage on the day of perdition. But we lie to ourselves, we deceive ourselves, we the people prod on our oppressors. As long as they can give us pittance, we take it. That did not happen in Ghana. Somebody came out in Ghana and started preaching and started bringing cloth and stuff like that. They asked him to go back. It's not that they didn't need it. Are we going to be... And in Nigeria, we had that kind of culture at one point in time. Augustus, Meredith, Adisa, Akiloye, as an example, and so many others from the southeast, from the southwest, from the northeast, from the southwest. The latest that we have now is that we are being told that certain things is going to benefit us. If I earn certain things, will not pay taxes. And all our people are quiet. Now, you want to tell me that is it that they don't understand or they don't believe? I know there are trust issues. Some people are going behind to start to indoctrinate them. Never grew on the altar of politics. And where does that take you? It takes us backwards. It's the reason why I said, yes, we may be learning, but we are learning backwards.
All right. Dear listener, it is time for you to react. Sustainable democracy in Ghana, a critical challenge for Nigeria. How do you weigh in? You want to raise new questions, introduce new elements into the discussion. 0700 903 903 903. You have 60 seconds to react. And of course, please stick with the subject matter. All right, I have a first listener here. I'll say good morning to you.
Good morning, Citizen John.
I greet you, sir. Your name, where are you calling from?
I greet your guests in the studio. My name is...
Good morning.
Shala.
Good morning.
Yes. My name is Shala. I'm calling in from the Jeddah, Lagos. Yes, talking about sustainable development, looking at...
sustainable democracy.
Yeah, okay, sorry, democracy, yes. Looking at how using Ghana as a yardstick. Now, the problem we have with Nigerians is that we have lost moral values. We are not sincere. And that is why you see that an average Nigerian is ready to do any corner. Just offer him something. We care for now. What am I going to do now? Look at Ghana. They are so sincere. You understand? They stand up for the truth. So we need to work on ourselves first. And the leadership that is supposed to provide that track for us, they are not doing the right thing. So we need to work on our psyche, our mentality. We have lost moral values. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, within 60 seconds. Your opportunity is here. Take advantage of it. 0700 903 903 903. Let's welcome the next. Please help us. Help us remove radio.
I have turned the radio off, sir.
If you have turned it up, I will know. Go on.
Okay, this is Ola from Ajaro State, sir.
All right.
Good morning, sir. I'm good morning, yes, my condition to this is that we learn from Ghana, but the way we apply what we learn is different. If we have Tinubu as the president, and the law we have in Nigeria can go against anybody that is being bad, I think we will get it right. I'll give an example of when Body George was in jail and he was released. Everybody is celebrating. He did the wrong thing and they are celebrating. James Ibori also, he did the wrong thing, they are celebrating. So if we punish people that have done bad, the other person will not try to do it, and we'll get it right. If Mahmoud Yakub is the annex chairman, and they bring anybody that we don't like. But the law is there for us. The law will guide us because that is there. If we do the wrong thing, they will correct the mistake from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, 60 seconds. Enough to vent. Okay. The line is free now. Yeah, gentlemen, so the man emphasized when somebody does wrong, we go to clap for him, and
we'll make a shwebi.
All right. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Fine. Compliment of the season.
Same to you.
Yeah, you see, this Nigeria is a problem. Nigeria is a big problem.
Nigeria is not. Nigerians are the problem, not Nigeria.
Okay, let me say Nigerians.
Yes.
There is no sincerity. They're not telling us the truth. And the worst thing is the poverty of the mind. We have no leaders. Because if we have a leader, what happened in Ghana will be a small thing. But here, they are not telling themselves the truth. Because of poverty of the mind, all of them are hungry for money. And when they get the money, they don't know what to do with it. Only to use it to oppress the people. Very unfortunate. We need a leader. We have not gotten them at all.
Thank you. 60 seconds. Yeah.
Like I always say, everybody is a leader. So if we lead in our own respective places, and when we listen to our music, we'll see the cultures that we push.
All right, just a minute. Good morning to you.
Fine to you, Citizen Joe.
I agree, sir.
I greet all your guests in the studio.
Good morning, sir.
And my name is Wise, calling from Amward office.
Good morning, Prince Wise.
I think from our own end, what we lack in this country, lack of discipline and corrupt that is traffic in the country is our problem. Where you see somebody commit a lot of atrocities, whether in best of our Commonwealth, taken to court after secure bail. That's the end of the show. We are talking now. When we will now talk of corruption, we are talking of politicians, what of artisans, what of banker, what of civil servants, what of we calling on the radio. So for me, we have to have artisanal change in this country for everything to get better. That's my thing this morning. God bless you all.
Bless you too. Quickly, gentlemen, two countries come to mind here. In China, if you are accused of being corrupt, one bullet to the head, behind your head. In Japan, it is called harakiri. Have you heard it?
Yeah.
It is a stick. Every political, every big man in Japan has that harakiri. It is a stick. If you are accused of being corrupt, don't let government get to you. You do it yourself. All right. I have another call here. Morning to you. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Jones.
I agree with you. Yeah.
In Nigeria, we don't learn anything. Now, the last election, the moment Obi entered race, and he won Abuja, so he was robbed to some people, to some organization. With that, Tinubu winning now. Tinubu robbed, bribe the court to validate this. So Tinubu will not do anything good. Nothing will come out. Some people, as Obi was robbed because he won Abuja. They are not talking of figures. So nobody decides about the last election. Some people, they don't bother about figures. But it's the INEC that did not pass the IRS. This thing, he promised he will see the thing on the screen. And it's a mistake. By that, there was no election. To some people, that this has election. Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, gentlemen, to me, can you close in the next 30 seconds?
So we've promoted a culture of, we started with Yahoo, Zeo, and then Yahoo became a norm that nobody is ashamed of. People would actually tell you, I'm into Yahoo in public.
A one-time American Secretary of State, black man, African American.
He didn't understand what he was dancing to. Then we moved to I pass my neighbor. So I must do something to show the next person that I am superior to him.
Yeah.
Not minding what will happen. So you look at those things and we name them. We glorify them. Those are our ways of life. Until we start changing. To go back to when you can put your farm produce beside the footpath. Put how much you want to sell it on it and go back to work in the farm. And people will buy it and drop it there. They aren't going anywhere.
Take the correct change.
And take the correct change.
Keep your money there.
And nobody will touch. But now, even in your presence, you will be robbed.
Akin, how do you close?
I close on a note of optimism. I live in Lagos, and for the better part of my adult life, I never knew something would happen in Lagos. Who should be under the bridge in my mind? I thought it's been taken over, but with the political will, the technical capacity, the communications, and looking for alternative areas for people, I think Lagos was able to cure it. I believe, learning from Ghana, it is not hubris of any sort for us to say, yes, we taught you, you took it from us, let's do it the way it should be done. But my final word is one that I'm not sure is going to be very, very popular. And that's the fact that our structure has to change, our attitude has to change. It is from that attitude that we can get people to now then say, come, let's rebuild this world. We must restructure Nigeria and ask ourselves the model of development that we desire. If somebody from a particular part of Nigeria comes in to say we will now keep quiet, nothing is going to happen. If it's turn by turn, if it's an Emiloko and all that, and we keep on digging and going backwards, therefore, to my mind, we must find a way to come together, go at a different levels, decide what we are going to be putting at the center, and let posterity not only judge that, and see how United States of Nigeria will go for the next level. It is the potential that is being dissipated, started with the British, divide and rule, up to the way we are speaking. The children we are giving birth to are indoctrinated one way or the other.
Thank you, Akin.
We must change our ways.
All right, so that's the last word here, but not before wishing you well. Wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, but don't expect magic, anything to change in Nigeria if we are not ready to change. I'm out of here. I want to thank Akin Fatunke for his time, Tumi Olowe for his time too.
My pleasure, sir.
All right, folks.
Thank you very much for having us.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm out of here. Good morning.